Imagine feeling perfectly healthy, full of energy, and living your life to the fullest, and then suddenly, without warning, being told you have cancer. This devastating news can turn your world upside down in an instant, especially when you least expect it. We're not talking about just any cancer, but specifically colon cancer, which has alarmingly become the leading cancer killer of people aged 20 to 49. This statistic is particularly concerning because it affects individuals in the prime of their lives, often with young families and burgeoning careers. Colon cancer is rising at an unprecedented rate in young adults, and perhaps the most frightening aspect of this trend is that its most common early symptom is often no symptom at all. This silent progression makes early detection incredibly challenging and underscores the urgency of understanding this disease. Please stay with me through this important discussion, because in this video, we are going to thoroughly break down the complex reasons why cases of colon cancer are doubling among younger populations. We'll also explore the subtle warning signs that most people unfortunately miss, and crucially, the proactive steps you can take right now to protect yourself or someone you deeply care about from this growing threat. Just a few decades ago, colon cancer was almost exclusively considered an older person's disease, primarily affecting individuals over the age of 50. Doctors rarely encountered cases in people under this age, leading to a general perception that younger individuals were largely immune to this particular cancer. However, in a dramatic and concerning shift, today the trend has completely reversed. Rates of colon cancer among young adults have shockingly doubled in recent decades, transforming it into a significant health crisis for a demographic previously thought to be at low risk. This profound shift in demographics has truly stunned researchers and medical professionals alike. The question of why is this happening remains a central focus of ongoing investigation, as they are still diligently piecing together the intricate puzzle of contributing factors. While the exact causes are still being fully understood, some likely contributors to this alarming rise include diets that are consistently high in processed foods and alarmingly low in essential fiber. Additionally, increasingly sedentary lifestyles, characterized by prolonged periods of inactivity and the rising rates of obesity across all age groups, are also significant factors. Further potential factors include significant changes in our gut microbiome, which could be linked to the widespread use of antibiotics or the consumption of ultra-processed diets. Moreover, exposure to various environmental toxins and the presence of chronic inflammation within the body are also being investigated as possible contributors to this concerning trend. Regardless of the precise combination of reasons behind this increase, one undeniable and critical fact remains clear: this disease is increasingly affecting younger and younger people. And tragically, far too often, it is being caught at advanced stages, making treatment much more challenging and outcomes less favorable. Here's where the situation becomes truly alarming and underscores the critical importance of early detection. If colon cancer is identified and treated early, before it has had a chance to spread to other parts of the body, the survival rate is an incredibly high 91%. This statistic highlights the immense power of timely diagnosis. However, the outlook drastically changes once the cancer has metastasized and spread to other organs. In such cases, the survival rate plummets to a mere 13%. This stark contrast vividly illustrates why catching it early is not just beneficial, but literally represents the fundamental difference between life and death for those affected. But here lies the significant challenge. A major hurdle in improving these outcomes is that most people tend to ignore or simply dismiss the early signs of colon cancer. Or, even more concerning, they may not experience any noticeable symptoms at all until the disease has already progressed to an advanced stage, making intervention much more difficult. So, what exactly should you be vigilant for? Even though a significant number of early cases present with no discernible symptoms, there are several crucial warning signs that you should never, under any circumstances, brush off or ignore. Being aware of these can be life-saving. One key indicator to watch for is persistent changes in your bowel habits. This can manifest as ongoing constipation, frequent bouts of diarrhea, or stools that appear noticeably thinner than usual. Any such consistent alteration warrants attention and should not be overlooked. Other important warning signs include unexplained weight loss, where you lose a significant amount of weight without trying or experiencing ongoing, debilitating fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Additionally, a persistent feeling that you can't fully empty your bowels after a movement is a symptom that should be taken seriously. Perhaps one of the most critical, yet often overlooked, symptoms is blood in the stool. Sometimes this blood is overtly obvious and alarming, but at other times, it can be so faint or subtle that it's incredibly easy to miss, appearing as a slight discoloration or only detectable through specific tests. The unfortunate problem is that many individuals tend to attribute these concerning symptoms to more benign causes, such as stress, dietary changes, or other minor, temporary issues. However, if any of these symptoms persist for an extended period, it is absolutely crucial that you get them thoroughly checked by a medical professional without delay. Now, for some truly encouraging news. Colon cancer is also recognized as one of the most preventable cancers. The key to this preventability lies in one powerful tool: regular screening. This proactive approach can detect abnormalities before they even become cancerous or catch cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. In response to the rising rates in younger populations, the American Cancer Society now strongly recommends that individuals begin routine screening for colon cancer at age 45. This recommendation is even earlier if you have a family history of the disease or possess other identified risk factors that increase your susceptibility. The gold standard for colon cancer screening is a colonoscopy. This procedure is incredibly effective because it not only detects existing cancer at an early stage, but also allows for the immediate removal of precancerous polyps, preventing them from ever developing into full-blown cancer. It's a powerful preventative and diagnostic tool. If the idea of undergoing a colonoscopy makes you feel nervous or apprehensive, it's important to know that you have other options. There are also less invasive, stool-based tests available that can help detect early signs of colon cancer, providing an alternative for those who prefer a different approach to initial screening. The most important takeaway here is not to get caught up in the specifics of which test to choose, but rather to understand the critical necessity of taking action. The important part is to do something proactive for your health, rather than doing nothing at all and potentially missing a crucial opportunity for early detection. While screening is absolutely critical for early detection and prevention, your daily lifestyle choices also play a profoundly significant role in reducing your risk. Research consistently suggests that adopting a diet rich in fiber, meaning plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, while simultaneously limiting processed meats and sugary foods, can substantially help lower your risk of developing colon cancer. Beyond diet, several other lifestyle factors can make a substantial difference in your colon health. These include consistently staying physically active, maintaining a healthy weight that is appropriate for your body, completely avoiding smoking, and moderating your alcohol consumption. Each of these choices contributes to a lower risk profile. Consider it this way: every single small, conscious choice you make on a daily basis, from what you eat to how active you are, contributes to a larger picture of health. These consistent efforts can collectively help protect your colon health and overall well-being over the long term, building a strong defense against disease. While colon cancer is indeed rising at an alarming rate in young adults, it is crucial to understand that a diagnosis does not automatically have to be a death sentence. With increased awareness, proactive measures, and advancements in treatment, there is significant hope for positive outcomes. In fact, with a combination of heightened awareness about the disease, diligent early detection through recommended screenings, and the adoption of positive lifestyle changes, colon cancer stands out as one of the most preventable and highly treatable cancers. These three pillars are essential for combating its rise. Therefore, please do not wait until it is too late to take action. Empower yourself by knowing the crucial warning signs, have an open and honest conversation with your doctor about your risks and screening options, and most importantly, get screened according to recommended guidelines. Your proactive steps can make all the difference. Because when it comes to colon cancer, especially with its increasing prevalence in younger populations, taking early action and being proactive about your health could quite literally be the decision that saves your life. Don't underestimate the power of early intervention.